Hello, my name is Dr. Khiela Holmes, and I'm a clinical psychologist and founder of Birthing the Gifts. Birthing the Gifts is a nonprofit organization that promotes the social emotional wellness of youth, young adults, and families while providing a safe and compassionate space to grow and develop their God-given gifts through educational retreats, resources, and community events. So I'm hoping that this interview series can be one of those resources. The title of this interview series is It's a Process, because as people are discovering and walking out and manifesting their God-given gifts, it is definitely a process. So today we have with us Robert Alexander to talk with us about his God-given gifts and the process for walking it out. So my understanding, you told me that the name of your business is Kustommade Properties,
that's
right?
Kustommade with a K.
Kustommade with a K. I love it. I love it. So if you can tell us, like, what is Kustommade Properties? What do you do?
So Kustommade Properties started off as a property. I started flipping homes in the beginning. That was my passion to started flipping property. And it quickly gravitated into something more of a development company. So Kustommade Properties currently has properties that we hold, like rental units. We have properties that we rehab and we flip. And then we also do new development. So we have some out of the ground new structures that we build in certain areas that we're trying to gentrify for ourselves. And that's kind of how Kustommade has trying to such. So it's basically a real estate development.
Okay, and how long has Kustommade been?
Kustommade been around, I guess, if you count how old I am, that's how long it's been around. But as far as an actual business, Kustommade been around since 2017. Prior to that, I started real estate in 2012. It was Alexander Investment Group. And I started because I wanted to have this, I had this idea that I want to have people with you. But I quickly noticed that I need to do things for myself first before I start really swing. The Kustommade Properties came about 2017. That's going to be changed legally.
Okay, wonderful. So it's Kustommade. Where are you located?
So, good question. So I'm based out of Little Rock, Arkansas. The business is in I live in Texas, Frisco, Texas, but the business is based out of Little Rock, Arkansas, and that's mainly because that's where I'm from. Those are my stomping grounds, like born and raised. That's where I'm getting back to my community at. So I'm starting there, the graphics, the bottom of the ground, the floor, and then I'll eventually expand out to get the cities.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so you said something key, if I can follow. You said giving back to my community.
Giving back.
So I often wonder is, with this, in terms of people birthing their God-given gifts, I wonder kind of what got them into that, what motivated. So would you say for you being in real estate, that part of you getting into that had to do with giving back to the community, or what other pieces motivate?
I mean, let's be honest. I mean, a lot of things that motivate us as people is sometimes it's money, right? And it's probably money more so because our people, I say, the commonality is that we come from this background where we probably struggled for so long. You know, I'm not going to get into like slavery and all that, but like from the background, I'm single parent raised. So I have two other siblings, two older girls, so two older sisters. And I'm single parent raised, so I didn't know that I was struggling, but it just came from, almost nothing, right? And so when you see that, we try to shoot this career or focus that's going to bring in an income so that you have time to go build again. So for me, real estate is one of the things that you check in. Most of the millionaires and billionaires, they got some form of real estate that they do or they're part of that makes money. So for me, it kind of started there to look at it, but the passion came from because my mom always told me I was good, I was gifted with my hand. Everything I was doing, whether it was sports, building something, put together Lego stuff, I was just gifted with my hand. So I took that and said, well, let me do something with these hands. And with the real estate, everything you do outside of the mind is streaming with the hand. So I kind of took that to, let that be the start. Of course, I said financial empowerment was part of it. But then, yes, I did see how we as a culture live in the area that we live in, how we don't have what other people have, right? So I said, well, I'm from this town, from this area. Let me give back to my community by doing something that is a God-given challenge for me, and then give back to my community.
I love it. I love it. So you realize when you were younger and moving along and say, hey, it has to be what's a way to bring in revenue, but you had always heard about real estate. Like you started to hear about that, I guess, if you moved along.
No, so I started hearing about real estate more so like high school, college.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm a natural born hustler.
Okay.
I came out the womb ready to hustle. So that was always in me. No matter what it was that you make money legally, I would do it. So that was from cutting grass when I was 13, had my own lawn service, to when you're in high school selling Kool-Aid packets. You put the Kool-Aid and shit together.
Oh yeah, that's right.
No matter what the hustle was, I had it in me, and that's what you did. But real estate started teaching me when I was in high school, and research in college. I saw that as a way to actually make a future for myself, and leave a legacy for my family and shit.
So that hustle, that was always been in you.
It's always been in
you. And you learned about the way to do that. And to combine that with, it sounds like what your mom noticed in you. Would you say that she noticed that gift being gifted with your hand?
Oh, yeah.
Noticed that you almost before you noticed it in yourself.
Yeah, and that's part of that empowerment, right? So, I think you talked to another young lady before. She said there were some things that she did that she just thought, hey, I'm good at it, but everybody else is good at it too.
Right.
And then everybody's parents, I always say that their kid is the best at it. Right. They always go, oh, that's my child. You can do it, you can do it. But for me, it was always having that empowerment from, like I said, from the youth, from my mind, from aunties and uncles, right? And then once you get into high school and college, you start developing this type of leadership mentality, and everybody else starts to gravitate around you and start to figure, man, you do that real easy, man. How do you do that? How do you do so easy for me? And you're thinking like, I don't know. This is what I do, right? But then once you start activating that mindset, that this is easy, maybe this is something that I need to be doing, and you start putting some energy into that purpose, and that's kind of how it just, you're like, this is it. I was always told this, now it makes sense for me. So it just, telling yourself.
Yeah. So you have to tell yourself.
I have to tell myself. I mean, that's the thing. A lot of people can tell you that you're great at something, but it means nothing if you don't believe it yourself. Yeah. So I have to tell myself that this is what I should be doing, this is what I can do, and that's kind of how it gets shook off.
Well, I love it. It's important that you remember that you have to tell yourself.
Yeah, exactly.
So that you had your mom, and then you told yourself, were there other organizations or people or mentors, anybody along the way that helped you to continue to know that for yourself and that helps you to persist?
Definitely. I think and you have to pick them out in small bites, right? So different scenarios, different situations. So I played baseball. Like that's my go-to sport. And playing baseball, I had natural ability, natural talents that again, it was just second nature for me, but coaches and maybe even other parents would be like, something with jack shoes, right? And you're not thinking anything of others, but that's good as encouragement because it could also be the opposite. It could have been negative. You don't know what he's doing. Why is he out here? Why is he doing that? So you take that and you just kind of keep going with it, right? Then you start applying some of the education behind it. You get food. You start applying some of that positive thinking, some of those things that kind of help shape the mindset of where you're going. And then, of course, once you get to high school, college, again, the encouragement that you continue to get. And then I talk about this, I'm also writing a book, but I talk about having that hygiene in your home. You gotta have that person that's always pumping you up. Even if you think it's crap, right? You think it's something, but that hygiene is telling you, hey, man, you got this, right? So that kind of encourages me as well. And I think between that, my wife was one of my biggest supporters. Some of those things is what keeps you encouraged, to say, this is what you can do.
That is right. So that encouragement, the encouragers, you have people who are your biggest supporters all throughout. Right. It's essential.
Yeah, so I wouldn't say it was a specific point that said this one here. I think it was a set of points. The checkpoints along the way that kept, building up to the fact that you're like,
and would you say that those checkpoints, those different times, is that what kind of, like, I'm thinking about for some people in this process, that there is a really, really difficult time they don't know, and people may feel hopeless or discouraged. You have times like that
all the time. Even to the day. Even through success, I feel discouraged. Even through success, I have joy. So, but the key is, again, you go back to the mindset. You have to understand that anything that you want to be successful at, you're going to take setbacks. You want to take, losses. You got to take those and let that be a lesson. So for every failure, there's a lesson. And that's what I do. I mean, when I talk about real estate for a second. The first project I done, I renovated, I got robbed twice within the same week. It was like, and I was like, oh my God, man, I just saw this money. Somebody come and take it, steal from me. Why? Nobody doing anything. The police not doing anything. Like, what's going on? And even in that moment, there was like a fear, like, maybe they cannot for you. Maybe if I got these problems, maybe it's not what I think she's doing. And it took somebody saying, it's going to happen. It is what it is. It's part of the course that needs to go. It's something that's going to happen regardless. But it's about how you push through. So if you let that be a setback, then maybe it's not for you. If you quickly fail something and you're like, I don't want to do this no more, maybe it's not for you. But if you can continue to take it and be like, okay, next time I go, I need to put double deadbolts on the lot now. So somebody can get in, but they can't get out. Right. Maybe you take those lessons and you figure out a way to slip it. And you learn from it and you apply it to, thing the next time, and now you can keep pushing forward. Every project I've had as far as real estate goes, I've been quiet. I don't talk about it anymore. So it's like, it be what it is. I expect it. And now the expectation is now, like when I tell people who want to get into real estate, can you expect this? Can you prepare for this? Can you get through this? Because it's not like easy. It's not just what you see on TV where, 30-minute show, you go from nothing to this glamorous single and you just, it doesn't work. It's a process, right? It's a process. And all that applies to life too. I mean, you got to go in with the chicken to teach where they break or fall off. They keep going.
Mm-hmm. Wow. And so you've already kind of answered the question, but I usually like to add, so if they get anything else to add to it, but for people who are in the process, right, like birthing their gifts, walking in their gifts, and maybe they are feeling discouraged, what advice or tips would you give to them so they can stay encouraged and motivated?
I would say, understand and entertain the discouragement. Just don't live in the discouragement. So it's okay to say, hey, I'm discouraged. I'm not feeling like this is for me. I'm not feeling like I'm failing right now. Again, you gotta have those people around you, have the hygiene so they say, nah, bro, you got this. That ain't nothing. You might even know what you do. That ain't nothing, man. You got that. You might have that hygiene. Look at other people who success. I guarantee you they want success and they have change to it, have changes with it. They don't always have it together. Look at that. Don't look at what you're doing as you're the first person. Right? So, to be discouraged from something, to feel like you're not failed or something, it's normal. Just don't live in it. Because living in it is what keeps you grounded and keeps you not, achieving your success. So don't live in it. Understand it. Feel it, let it out, cry. I did. I cried. I cursed. I looked at people and was like, man, forget this. Let's say that's crazy. But then I look, you know what? If anyone just say things, everybody would do it. It's such a cliche saying, but it's so true. It was that easy. Everybody would do it.
Yeah, I love it. So understand it, feel it, get it out, just don't live it.
Just don't live it.
Yeah. So as you're moving along with Kustommade Properties, what's next up? Is there any next projects?
Oh, definitely. So right now we're working on I purchased 15 options or between the city and then people out in the church. So we're doing a large development over on the I would say the west side of town across Woodrow, near Central High School. So I started out in the supply area, focused on historic home renovating and stuff. But then I looked at it and said, okay, where are my people at? Where are my people sucking? So I looked across the street from there, in the corridor where nobody's really focusing at, and I thought about land. So I'm starting to build new homes and new places to live in that area. So that's the biggest development. But beyond Kustommade, I also started a nonprofit called ATHC, or Alexander Championship Appalachian. So it's a nonprofit where we focus on giving back to like the youth. So between 18 and 24 is kind of my target here. But it's so much more than that. It's like, I look at what I was when I was 18. Granted, I had a mother who would tell me what my next step should be. I wasn't lost for the most part, but I've seen things should do. I've seen some of the teenagers and friends at a lot of times who were lost. So it's like, what was I doing around this time that I could have used that could have helped me push beyond that point where I was scared? So that's kind of how we started in the ATHC. And then from there, just expanded upon other nonprofits that we work with. I mean, it's just a plethora of things that we're doing, but that's what's next. It's all about giving back.
All about giving back. That's amazing. In multiple ways, it seems.
In multiple ways.
Where can people find out more about Kustommade, ATHC, right? Where can you find out more about they want to partner with you, learn from you? Right,
so we're building out a team right now, and you can go to our website, www.kustomadeproperties.com. That's what it is. So KUSTOMMADE properties.com. We're working on social media, so we'll eventually have a Facebook and an Instagram page. Be on the lookout for the book. We don't have a title yet, but there will be a real estate book written by myself that will kind of answer some of those questions. So people who actually go through this and feel lost, feel discouraged, I kind of talk about my story. I talk about what I went through, the real, what I went through. And hopefully that kind of change anything like you and say, hey, I'm not the only one. Other people do the same.
Other people have done the same thing. So people, for now, they can go to your website and learn more about it, and then your book is forthcoming.
That's right. And remember, just last thing I say, entertainment, but don't live it.
Okay, so Robert, one of the things for me, working with youth, young adults, and families, one of the things that seems so important is for like our older relatives, older people in the community, people who are in their process like you, to really pass on their knowledge or somehow influence the younger generations, right? So I see that building resilience for kids. So I'm just wondering, you talked about giving back. Is that important to you to kind of pass along what you know to the next generation? And if so, how are you doing that?
Well, it's a great question. So it's very important to me. Right. So when I was growing up, we had the boys club. I can't tell you the amount of boys club I went to. And I went every summer, and that's kind of how you got your friends, and you had your mentors, you had the sports program. You kind of had that encouragement, but I feel like you're kind of not doing it, right? So we also have a program that we're starting called Boots on the Ground. And what Boots on the Ground is going to be a program that comes in a series of programs that will teach you between real estate. They might teach you artistry. They might teach you want to become a producer, and you want to become a filmmaker. We have all these different stuff, but it puts you through an intensive that shows you, takes you from step 1 to 10, or how you want to AZ. Here's the process, right? And the reason why that's important is because no longer are we in the days where our life is kind of set, where it's high school, college, career, right? Some of these kids don't even need to go to college. Some of these kids need to pick their God-given talents, focus on that, and they can be successful in that. But we don't know how to do it. So through this mentoring program, we give them outlets. We show them different things that they can be doing. They're like a summer intensive or a month intensive. Here's something that you can try. See if you enjoy this. And then let's take that and see where we go.
So boots on the ground.
Boots on the ground.
So what age group are you talking?
You know what, that age group actually ranges. So, we want to kind of speak with more like your junior high to adolescents, and even adults. We have adults that here program as well, because maybe they're looking for careers. I'm tired of doing this, I don't want to do this anymore, I'm looking for a career. Elementary, you can kind of get the feet wet to teach them, but you kind of want to get to that group that's actually about to change sense and start thinking about their future. They're looking at what the next steps are, and that's kind of the age that we want to play. The reason why this is important is one of the things that I realized quickly is that, again, I told you I'm a natural born hustler. But I'm also educated, and I realized that corporate is not going to be that. It's not. So what is the outlet? What is the alternative? We don't have to just be a 9-to-5 job, and that's how life. There's other things you can do. But entrepreneurship is one of those things that should move anybody.
That sounds great. So it seems like it's going to give this story exposure to different options, and then give them intensive time to like learn about it.
Exactly. What is it that your God given something to you if you want to learn more about it? Let's focus.
Okay. And what format would this be in? Like, so would this be like in person? Would they come involved something virtual?
So we have virtual. We have virtual. You can do modules and things online if you're not local. And we also have in person. So like for me, we're going to start a boots on the ground real estate piece, right? So I have properties going in Little Rock. So if you're in a Little Rock area and you want to get into real estate, you want to learn more about it, come check out our project. So get the boots on the ground, right? Hence the name, right? So get your feet wet and understand exactly where you get the hands that you think like the way you do. And then if you're not local, well, let's say you are local, but you want to do the coursework, we're going to put together a module of courses that will teach you from, like I said, A's, break it down. What do you need to be thinking about? Financial literacy, listening, stage, rehab, talking to different circumstances. It's just broken out in different months.
Wow, that's amazing. So you might have somebody in, like if a 9th or 10th grader is listening to this and they're trying to find out something that they can do and they're really getting excited about what their feelings are. You said they can get involved in this.
They can get involved.
They can get involved and learn from like A to Z details about what's involved in real estate.
Exactly.
Okay, so real estate is your first.
Real estate is my first, right.
Okay, do you have other ideas in mind?
Oh, we got plenty of ideas. I mean, it's the boots on the ground, it's the program. It's just the stage that's going to set the platform. I mean, it's the platform for the other artists that come. So we have Western Phoenix has a program that's going to run that's going to help artists. So people who want to be rappers or even actual artists who draw, producers, anything that falls in the artist realm. Yeah, Western Phoenix is going to have a program for boots on the ground. I got another guy, Marcus, who's going to talk about. He has a company called Vital Boss. It's going to talk about health and wellness. So we got different things that we're going to set you over to and talk about, but the first one is going to be big.
And at the end, once people complete this intensive, what are the goals? Like, what can they expect? At the end of it, they will be able to.
At the end of it, number one, you're going to come out with knowledge and you should be able to do it. Number two, you can make an educated decision on if this is for you. Do I want to learn more? Come back and talk to us when we got other people. Do I have enough information that I want to try it? Because at first I didn't know what to do. I didn't know how to start. But then there's a chance that now I feel like I can try it. Right? So now we just want you to do something. We want to be an action behind the bullshit. That's what we do. We don't want you to take this information and just sit on it. We want to be an action. I always wanted to do this. Now I know. Now I'm going to try it.
Now go do it.
Now go do it.
Okay.
There you go. You're educated. Now go do it.
So let me just ask this. Where can people find out more about Boots on the Ground?
Boots on the Ground will be part of our nonprofit. So the Alexander Traditional Housing Center is going to be wrapped up in the nonprofit. And that's going to be the Alexander Traditional Housing Center.
Okay. So as that information comes out about ATHC, then they'll learn about Boots on the Ground. That is so wonderful. So it seems like your Boots on the Ground program is a wonderful way to help people brush their feelings.
Exactly. You could have said it better than that.